every game is a new game. I always felt that what you did in the last game, we put it aside. So this is like it's a big moment. In fact, that I'm looking forward to the challenge, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting, and again, as I said in the press conference, I'm excited for the opportunity. I like a lot of the players on this team, and I think we can have success.
Kevin, what changed for you between the guy who, when you were in Minnesota, said you weren't sure if you wanted to put up with the grind anymore?
Well, my kids got older. I mean, the grind was being away from home and what you have to put into coaching, which is basically 24/7 throughout the season. And I just, the kids were younger. When I played, I missed a lot of what the kids did. And when I got done, I decided, when I coached, I realized that I was going to miss a lot of the kids. My youngest son is going to be a senior in high school, and just, it's a good time for me age-wise to do it.
How much of it does it give you a player who's been there, done that, seen anything?
Well, I was lucky to be in a lot of big situations and playing a lot of big games. So I think all of your experiences. Hey, my high school coach taught me so much about basketball. My college coach, Coach Fitch. I played for Bobby Knight in the Pan Am. Everybody that I played for and everybody I played with, you take a little bit away from it. And everybody has different styles and different things they do as a coach. And every one of them, I learned it. And I've always been a guy who's been fascinated by basketball and loved the game. And so everybody that I ever played for, I've taken things from them, and so you incorporate all that. All your experiences make you who you are, and all those experiences make me the coach that I am.
I know this doesn't have anything to do with coming here, but coming to a city where you have so much family, how much of an added bonus is that?
That's great. I mean, my mother and father-in-law are here. I have 4 brother-in-laws here, and so it'll be nice, and I think it makes it nice for my wife to have family down here too. So that's just an added bonus.
The players kind of uniformly supported, wanted Coach Adelman back. I mean, how much of your task is kind of, you need to win over the players, you need to win over the locker room?
Well, you know what? There's one of me and 14 of them. They kind of got to win me over, and so that's the way it is. They got to go out there. I mean, I'm there to help the guys. I'm there to make them the best players they can be and the best team that they can be. But every team I've been on, coach makes decisions, makes some tough decisions sometimes. Coach, believe me, every coach didn't do everything I wanted him to do, and every coach I'm sure he didn't wake up in the morning saying, "How can I make Kevin McHale happy this morning?" You got to say, "How can the team get better?" And that's what you got to do. So, you know what? I've talked to most of the guys, and again, it's going to come down to we got to get together, spend time together, and I'm glad that they like Coach Adelman. I think Rick Adelman is a tremendous coach. I think that this team is a very well-coached team. I think they run the offense so well, and they really do so many things well. So I'm thankful that Coach Adelman, was here prior to me. It'll make my job easier. But again, as far as the players go, I'm going to have to, I'm going to be who I am, and some will like you, some won't.
Kevin, have you spoken?
Well, if you can go find Kareem when he's 20, I'll take him. You got it.
Seriously, I mean, you need somebody in the middle, don't you?
Everybody needs somebody in the middle. I mean, how many teams right now in the NBA would you say are saying, "Boy, we got our middle locked up and we don't need a big man"?
But do you feel you can develop a young big man? Do you have that?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think young guys are going to develop. Bigs develop a little bit later and stuff. And I think you're going to have to develop a big guy. I'm not sure that there are any looking on the horizon. You just don't see any ready-made big guys out there that you can say can come in and make a huge difference in the NBA right now.
In the 4 years that Yao was healthy, where would you rate him if he had progressed at a level amongst the greats?
Well, it's so hard to say because unfortunately health became such an issue with him. But Yao had as good a touch for a big man as you'd ever want to see, and could make that little face-up, that little jab, that face-up jump shot. And from everything I could see from the outside looking in, it looked like he was a complete team player that really cared about the team. So he would have been, I'm sure that had his health kept up for him. Who knows how good he would.
Where does Shaq rate now that he's retired?
He rates as a retired player, just like the rest of us old farts. I don't get into ratings. He was a hell of a player. He was a dominant player, but I'm not going to. The best big man I played against was Kareem, and Kareem actually might have been the gold standard of that as far as I'm concerned. But Shaq was such a dominant force and just such a big body, amazing guy.
Kevin, you talk about players who can win you over. Kevin Martin on multiple occasions now going out of his way to praise you coming here. Well, what do you think about that?
Well, that's all nice, but we're gonna, like I say, Kevin and I have talked, and I spend a lot of time talking to players, a lot of time together with them, and my job is to make them the best player they can be. Sometimes that's very, very easy because everything works out. Sometimes that's not so easy, where you get a little pushback. But everybody's going to have to find their roles, and again, there's a bit of a feeling out process. I'd be lying to you to say, oh, everything's going to be just rosy from the first day on, but I told them all. I said, hey, look, we're gonna work hard, and like I said, I spend a lot of time talking to the players. I've never had a problem coaching anybody yet, taking over. And one thing I'll tell them the truth and how I see things. And there's no BS. It's just straightforward. And I tell you, at the end of the day, that's always worked. And so,
Kevin, when you play to now, in the day and age of basketball, salaries are through the roof right now. The challenges of motivating players in this day.
That's my job to motivate them, because if they're not motivated, they can sit right by me. Because you know what? When you're sitting by me, you don't make many mistakes. And my high school coach told me that. I was throwing the ball all over the gym. He said, "You know why you're sitting by me?" I said, "No." He said, "Because you can't throw the ball all over the gym when you're sitting by me." Thought about it for a while. I thought, I like to play, so maybe I'll quit throwing the ball all over the gym. So use the bench. That's what you use. And you know what?
But has it changed the game, knowing that
no.
When you play to now,
no, because they used the bench back then too. If you were playing like a dog, you sat next to the coach. If you played good, you played, and that hasn't changed, and that'll always be the case.
So salaries have not changed the mentality of these guys at all, and the way coaches have to motivate.
Look, it's your job to motivate them. It's your job to get them ready to play, and I take pride in that. I take pride in the fact that the teams that I coach have always played hard. Because if you don't play hard, you can sit by me. I'd rather lose with guys playing hard than I would with more talented guys giving me a sideways, halfway effort.
Kevin, sports fans said the other day that you love working with individual guys one-on-one. Is there a big or a specific player that...
All the guys. I mean, I look at Patrick Patterson, I look at him, I look at Thabit, you look at Jordan Hill, you look at all the bigs and say, hey, hopefully one of those guys can really grow and get better. And I work with all the players. Since I was a big man, I'm a little bit more in tune with working with the big guys. I don't think my point guard skills me to press any of these guys.
Kevin,
hey,
Kevin, can I ask one more question? In 1986, you were one of the most disliked of the Boston Celtics. How do you convince fans you're on their side? No, you're not.
25 years, it's all over. That's gone.
Thanks, Kevin.